Peace. What's poppin'? Let's vibe out, man. Everybody come on in. Let's vibe out real quick, y'all. Oh, no, we still going Wednesdays. You know, I'm going to talk about it. But we still going Wednesdays, man. You know, my account's still restricted. So once it come off restriction, we going back to regular programming. So don't even trip. I got you.
Look. Yeah. My bitches that's a ride. My bitches that's a ride.
Turn that shit up, DJ.
My bitches that's a ride. My bitches that's a See, lately I've been protecting my peace. I went to the land of pineal, I've been protecting my seat. Even though I taught the spirits, I still come from the streets. A big step, but still a gangster, I'm protecting my feet. I've been meditating, doing shadow work, I'm feeling some shit. I've been trying to open my heart chakra, I'm feeling some shit. Yeah, I'm vibrating high, but I still beat your ass. And I don't really talk too much, but I teach your class. Yeah. And I still ride for my people. When I speak, I shake the room. I got some shit I can teach. We don't vibrate the same, but I still pray I can reach you. A lost soul look in your eyes, just don't let it defeat you. 7 days within my fast, I'm on some emotional shit. I ain't even go outside, fuck the social shit. A lot of voices that I'm feeling, yeah, I'm controlling this shit. Yeah, I'm facing all my fears, yeah, I'm approaching this shit. Yeah. My bitches that's a ride. My bitches that's a ride. My bitches that's a ride. My bitches that's a See, lately I've been protecting my peace. Went to the land of pineal, I've been protecting my seat. Even though I taught the spirits, I still come from the streets. A big stepper, still a gangster, I'm protecting my feet. I'm protecting my feet, yeah. I'm protecting my feet. A big stepper, still a gangster, I'm protecting my feet. Even though I taught the spirits, I still come from the streets. Yeah. I try, baby. I guess that's just my ambition, that's right. Yeah. My ambitions, that's right. I cry, baby. Got these tears coming down my face, so I had to make this song.
Divine. What's poppin', y'all? Y'all already know my account's still restricted. We only got an hour, so we finna jump in, man. Y'all already know. I Am a Great Man, the album dropping April 2023. You know what I'm saying? That song will be on the album, hence, which is why I've been promoting that song. We got a lot more songs coming. However, I pray all is well. How everybody is feeling. What's poppin'? Ziggy? Flick riggedy, ziggity, dick griggity, you feel me? What's poppin'? How everybody feeling today, man? Everybody copacetic? Just double checking real quick. You know, type in some numbers, talk to me real quick. How everybody feeling? Everybody good? Everybody copacetic? Talk to me. Before we dive in, man. As y'all can see, it's questions and answers. Y'all know I ain't been live in a minute. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, shit, you know. Might as well go ahead and go live real quick. You know what I mean? Not April 1st, but it's going to be in April. You know what I mean? It's going to be in April. Feeling good. That's amazing. So if this is your first time, on the live in the community gathering, welcome. We welcome you with open arms. If you have any questions, please put the question in the question box. If you want to join me on the live and you want to build and have a dialogue and demonstrate, you know, please feel free to request a video and we can go from there. You know, again, as y'all can see, questions and answers. Again, my account is still restricted until February 21st. So we only got an hour. After February 21st, we'll be back with regular programming, which is, you know, of course, the win on Wednesdays, the community gatherings, the sound bowls, the prayers, and, you know, all of the above. You know what I'm saying? However, unfortunately, because we only have an hour, y'all know, you know, I like to maximize the hour that we do have together within the community gathering. So again, if you have any questions, please put the questions in the question box. If you want to join me, please feel free to request a video and we can build. Again, as y'all can see, this is questions and answers. So please, if you have any questions, and I'm sure that y'all have some questions, please put the questions in the question box right now. Y'all already know I get a lot of emails. I get a lot of DMs, a lot of questions about damn near everything. So please, the community gathering is a safe place to speak, a safe place to be free. So please do not hesitate to request any questions. Peace. I pray all y'all doing well, though. You know, y'all looking beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Although I cannot see y'all in the flesh, I see y'all within the, you know, within the energetic field, man. Y'all feeling beautiful, even if you're going through something, even if you're growing through something. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are looking beautiful, feeling good. You know, the journey is the destination. Remember that. The journey is the destination. All right, let's see. Here goes a question. Do you eat plant-based frozen food brands? Do you think they are healthy? You know, I do indulge here and there. However, of course, I'm going to promote more of the fresh, you know, the fresh foods. But, you know, like I said, yeah, here and there I do indulge, man. You know what I'm saying? I indulge into a little something. You know what I mean? But as I always say, because I'm not an extremist, just make sure you give your body the due diligence to be able to detox and release, you know what I'm saying, and detox and delete and, what is that? To detox and eliminate, because whatever the body don't eliminate, it accumulates. So y'all know we talk about that a lot. When healing from HSV, can you drink almond milk? No. I do not advise, if you're healing from any HIV, I mean, not HIV, but herpes simplex viruses, there's over 108 strands of herpes simplex. You know what I'm saying? So I do not advise eating any kind of nuts, right? Because these nuts also have chemicals with inside of it, naturally occurring chemicals, which is more so of a growth hormones. You know what I'm saying? Which is why, you know, anybody that asks me about, you know, growing muscle or keeping weight on them, I advise them to eat, you know, to eat nuts and grains. And that's because it has a growth hormone, same as avocados. And so when you're dealing with herpes, you know, you have a lot of, you're dealing with, you know, parasites, the part of the zoster family, the hemith worm, you know what I'm saying? All other kind of worms and parasites. And, you know, these hormones, not these hormones, but, you know, these growth chemicals that are naturally occurring within food, they feed off of that, which then can help them grow even bigger within, you know, within inside of your body. So if you're healing from any herpes, I do not advise eating any kind of almond milk or any kind of nuts at all, actually. Again, if you got questions, please put the questions in the question box, y'all. I need the detox. Hey, man, holla at me. Email me or book a consultation. We can get you started. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing you can do. I remember the last community gathering we did, there was somebody, you know, they made a point as far as if they can't get like natural seeded fruits, what should they do? Or if they can't find any organic foods, what should they do? The best thing I advise you to do, if you can't even eat anything organic or at least seeded, I advise you to fast. You know what I'm saying? Fasting is the best thing that you can do. Fasting is the best thing that you can do. Let me see. I'm jumping into the comments real quick. What's up, God? Peace. Who's that? Cruising? What's popping, God? What's popping? I'm protecting my feet. Facts. What should I do to start my vegan journey? What I advise you to do is first one brick. Like I always say, one brick a day, you eventually had a house. So what I advise you to do is, slowly start, winging yourself off of the complex proteins, the complex sugars and things like that, which is, the dairy, the animal products. And what I would advise you to do is, like, for an example, like if you eating, and I'm just throwing this number out there, you know what I'm saying? You can take what I say and, add your own little juice to it. But what I advise you to do is probably, like, if you eat chicken every day, you know what I'm saying? Probably cut out chicken every other day. You know what I'm saying? Then build up to it, and only or what you can do is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday you're not eating chicken. You know what I'm saying? And then you just building up from there. You know what I mean? But what I would say is that I do not advise eating any kind of Beyonds or any kind of Impossibles, because those are literally lab made meats. High in soy as well. And I don't advise eating any of that to any transitional vegan just to start at all. You know what I'm saying? The best thing that you can do is start making your own meats. You can go on my YouTube, Cooking with a Blood. I got a few recipes on there. Started my 7-day fast on the 15th through the 22nd. Wow, that's amazing. Hey, congrats. Oh, that's Tay. What's popping, Queen? That's amazing. Congratulations. Congratulations, man. Listen, the 7-day fruit juice fast community. The Telegram will be back up soon. Don't even trip. Exactly. So you have to stay away from arginine and lysine. There we go. Exactly. High in arginine and lysine. I bought your products and not sure how often to use it and for how long. All right. So for anybody that bought my products, because I do get that question a lot. So for anybody that brought my products, first thing first, all herbs that you buy from me and that you get in a conjunction together, they are safe to take simultaneously. I advise taking the herbs all together, right? Also, when you get the herbs, if you read the directions on the package, on the label, it's going to tell you what to do. So for an example, if I got my Jade Dragon and if I got my probiotic tea, right? Boom, my Jade Dragon, it says you're taking 4 capsules. No, you're taking 2 capsules 2 times daily. So that means that's 4 capsules a day. Now, me, I would advise, of course, taking it on an empty stomach first thing first. And I would say take 2 in the AM, right, when you rise, and then take 2 in the evening, right? However, I just take all 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? I just knock all my herbs out so I don't have to worry about them later. And so once I take once I take the capsules, now I'm on to my probiotic tea. Now, I believe on the label, it says, you can drink the tea 2 to 3 times a day. Right. And then the great thing about the herbs that I sell within my tea is that you can reuse them. Not only that, they come in a cotton tea bag, meaning that because it's not plastic, there's no microscopic plastic particles seeping inside of your tea. So this is 100% cotton. So you can reuse one tea bag up to 3 times. So that means that one tea bag you can use. It's actually more than 3 times, but I just a little disclaimer, you know what I mean? But I use it till the next time I probably make tea and it's literally just tasting like water. That's how many times I use that one tea bag. So of course, and then so after you take the capsules, you just take the tea, you know what I'm saying, by way of the directions. So just read the directions, and if you get any more confused, please email me. You know what I'm saying? Email me. I answer a lot of questions throughout the emails. Although I do not answer long questions because, of course, we would need a consultation for that. Because I get so many emails a day, y'all. So I pray I answered your question. Who is that, Philip? I pray I answered your question. How do I start a detox? That's easy, man. One of the ways, well, it depends on what you want to detox from first. You know what I'm saying? That's what so what I would advise you to do is, like I said earlier, is figuring out what you want to eliminate first, right? Because one thing about it, I never advise somebody jumping into a detox going cold turkey, because doing that could cause you more harm than anything. And the reason being is because all these complex meats and the diets of the high complex meats and the sugars and the salts and all of these things are chemically based. And so let's say 13 years go by, you've been intaking this chemically based processed foods. What happens is that your body, different organs and different systems inside of your body start to shut down because of the accumulation of all of this metabolic waste. And what happens is that now your body starts to determine and depend on these chemicals, sort of like drugs, right? And so what happens is that if you go cold turkey, you can actually do your body more harm than anything, because now it's like, like I always say, the body was created to heal itself. So what happens is that if you think about just like going cold turkey, what happens is that these chemicals, because your body was created to heal itself, these chemicals automatically get drawn back into the bloodstream and back into the blood stream, in the blood system. And so these are where, your attitudes, your agitations, your bad headaches, you know what I'm saying, your fatigue come from when you're detoxing or when you're fasting. You know what I mean? So over time, of course, when you detoxing and fasting, all of that will subside because of, it's not highly processed or highly metabolic waste inside of you. So the best thing that I would advise you to do is figuring out what you want to take away from your diet first thing first. You know what I'm saying? Start from there. 1 brick a day, you will eventually have a house. I pray I answered your question. Let's see. Do you have a product that could help cleanse the body with STD specific? Oh, 100%. You can go on my website, thebloodthatheals.com. And you can get my parasite elimination small detox package. It's all it is the probiotic tea and the parasite elimination tincture. That's it, right? That right there, I'm not going to say that's going to fully, get rid of the STD or whatever the case may be, because I'm not sure, what exactly the STD you're speaking about. However, my probiotic tea and my parasite elimination tincture, literally created to get rid of worms, parasites, and other viral loads, right? And so I did want to put that disclaimer out there to, because I don't know what symptoms you're dealing with. And the reason why is because a lot of times you can get on that parasite elimination package. However, you may need the Super Mover 1 and Super Mover 2, as well as the kidney filtration to get the lymphatic system going. Because the thing about it is that if your lymphatic system and your kidneys are filtrating and eliminating correctly, there's no way that any parasite or any bad bacteria or anything can actually live and develop any kind of dis-ease within the body. So yeah, I pray I answered your question. Your skin is skinning, blood. Evo, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that love, Queen. Appreciate it. I always say it's not all about what you put on your body, but in your body. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what's popping. Let me see what other questions y'all got, man. Let me see what else bragging real quick, man. Let me scroll down. I love vegan food, but it makes my legs swell. I'm going to the doctor to see what's going on. So this is the thing, right? I always say, just because you're vegan does not mean that you're healthy. So 9 times out of 10, what you're probably eating high processed foods, high processed vegan food. Not only that, these high processed vegan foods are high in soy. You look like a queen as well. So that soy is probably throwing off your glandular highway. You know what I'm saying? And so it's different fluids that's building up, and your lymphatic system is not processing and eliminating correctly. So that's probably what's going on. You need to get off the highly processed vegan foods, start creating your own. And then if your leg is swelling up, I would advise doing a fast fast or doing a detox before switching your diet. That's another thing as well. Anybody that's trying to switch their diet for become a new vegan or anything, I definitely advise cleansing and detoxing first. The reason being is because, again, 13 years of putting nothing but poison and high protein meats inside of your body, high complex protein meats inside of your body. What happens is that because you did not eliminate any of this, let's say you are making your own black bean burgers or you are making your own quinoa burgers, right? With chickpea flour, right? And these are high in simple amino acids. These are high in minerals, right? You start eating this food, and it's a reason why certain people that switch their diet into being vegan, they don't really see the full effects because you're so backed up cellularly. Right. So what I would advise you to do is detox and cleanse yourself before switching your diet to become vegan. You know what I'm saying? And then so now whatever you are eating, with the more healthier choice now, within the gut, these blood capillaries, the blood capillaries is what soaks up and pulls all the minerals and distribute the minerals and the vitamins and all the biophotons inside of the bloodstream. You know what I mean? So, and if your gut is backed up, then, the blood capillaries cannot, they cannot soak in all of these minerals. So I would advise you to detox, cleanse first before switching your diet. And also the queen, this look like a queen who talking about her legs swell. I would definitely advise you detoxing and doing a cleanse. Yeah, that's very important. So I pray I answered your question on there. Let me see what else y'all talking about, man. Let me see what else y'all talking about. What's popping, y'all? I have way more energy when I'm eating more fruits versus when I eat meat. Hey, there we go. Boom. That's it right there. That's it right there. Because you got to understand. You got to understand what fruits are. Fruits are energetic. We are electrical beings, so we need electrical things. We need things to electrify us. You know what I mean? And then not only that, fruits are the most highest vibrational foods that you can eat on any kind of scale. You know what I mean? So when you eat meat, you got to think about that meat is dead. You feel me? So I'm glad you came to that realization as well. You know what I mean? That's beautiful. And again, I'm not an extremist. So if you do eat your meats, but please give your body the due diligence to eliminate, because whatever the body does not eliminate, it accumulates. I pray that wasn't a question, but see what else y'all talking about in these book of consultation facts. Starting the Super Mover 1 and 2 tomorrow. That's amazing. Also, for those that have purchase, items off the website, please be sure one of the main directions on the label for each herbal compound is saying, please drink at least half a gallon of spring water. Of course, the fruit juice and the fruit diets, that's automatic, but please drink the water as well. So the water can also not only help flush, but also help distribute the biophotons and the minerals of those herbs within the bloodstream. You got to look at your system, right? You got to look at your lymphatic system in your gut like a toilet, right? If your toilet, right, if your toilet does not have water inside of it and you flush it, is it going to flush? It's not. You know what I mean? So you got to have water inside the toilet, inside the little back, the little thing in the back. You feel what I'm saying? It has to have a nice water flow. So when you flush, the things can go inside the sewage system. So your gut, when you drink your water, think about this, right? This entire system that we see today is all designed by way of our body, right? If your toilet does not have water, if your gut, if your intestines does not have water, the toilet cannot flush. Your intestines cannot flush itself out. Right? Not only that, when your intestines when the toilet does flush out, it goes into the sewage system. When your intestines start to flush out with natural spring water, it goes into the sewage system, which is also called the lymphatic system inside of the body. right? Not only that, when when what you just flushed inside of the toilet goes through the sewer systems, now it goes through different checkpoints throughout this entire, whatever system they got going on to start filtering out the water. Because, this ain't nothing but recycled water that's in our shower and our running water, through these faucets. This is nothing but recycled water, right, that has been filtered. Of course, they're doing the chemicals and the chlorines, the bleach and all of that. However, you got to think about it, right? Those different checkpoints. Now, inside of our lymphatic system also have checkpoints called lymph nodes. Within these lymph nodes, they start filtering out the lymphatic system. Within these lymph nodes are hundreds of bacteria that literally eats the bad bacteria, that literally eats acids and metabolic waste. These are checkpoints. So now, as they're going through these checkpoints, they go back within the heart, the lungs, and start pumping back out. And now they're pumping fresh blood. Now we're getting fresh water through the faucets. So this entire system that we see today is literally designed by way of our body, right? So so please, if you are doing the herbs, if you got the herbal compounds, please be sure drink enough water, y'all. What is your TikTok name? The Blood That Heals. The Blood That Heals. I see all the questions, y'all. I see all the questions in the question box. I'm finna go brazy. I got you. I'm finna go brazy, I promise. Let me scroll all the way down. It's a lot of questions. All right, bet. Let me go over here real quick. What advice would you give someone that's starting a business in herbal remedies that would help to heal and contribute to the health of the collective? The best advice, what I would advise you to do is, of course, I would say focus on the things that you may be interested within your own body, right? So for an example, one of the things that I was interested in was first, of course, cleansing my gut. You know what I'm saying? How to do a gut cleanse, right? And then, doing research on that about the lymphatic system. Then I started, So the main thing is doing the information about the body. First thing first, right? You want to understand, overstand, and understand how the body operates, right? So when I started researching about what the gut do and the lymphatic system, that research led me to another research of the kidneys. Then that research led me to the pancreas. Then that research led me to the liver. Then that research led me to, different other things or parts of the body. So you can start really understanding, how the system of the body operate. So that right there will probably be the first thing that I would advise you to do. So let's say if you going on a detox and you want some herbs, to help you detox. So, start doing some research about, detoxification herbs. You know what I'm saying? When you are detoxing and when the intestines and the lymphatic system is cleansing, what is going on, right? You got to break that down. What is going on within the lymphatic system? You know what I'm saying? I would just do as much research as you can about biochemistry and how the body operate, right? And then from there, you can start doing research about herbs, because you can't, well, I'm not going to say you can't, because there are a lot of herbalists that's doing that, which is bull, you know what I'm saying? But however, what I would advise you to do, right? If this was me and this is what I was done and how I was taught, you want to learn the body first, right? So then once you start learning about herbs, you can know, okay, let me grab this herb, and that herb, put these herbs together, but I'm going to put more of this herb inside of this herbal compound so I can make sure that I'm targeting this system inside the body. You feel what I'm saying? So that's also another thing. When you're combining herbs, it's called an herbal compound. You know what I mean? Also, another little tip is that when you're utilizing these herbs, you got to understand that, you want to, based off the system that you're targeting, you want to make sure that you're putting, extra herb of this, or I'm going to put extra burdock in this herbal compound. And then when you combine these herbs, they're called an herbal compound. So I pray I answered your question. I do have an herbal healing course as well. If you want to sign up on that, it's on Patreon. It's a few things on there, but yeah, I pray I answered your question. Let's see what else we got going on. From your personal experience, why does it feel like your life is falling apart when you are beginning your spiritual journey? That's a beautiful question. I'm glad you asked that. So although, right? So although that although that sometimes our perspectives and our perception of certain things could be negative, right? So for an example, the queen asked, as y'all can see, right? It feels like your life is falling apart. When in actuality, what's actually going on is that your life is falling together, right? Everything, you got to understand that what's for you will not miss you. What's truly yours will not leave. Release all the things that you cannot control to make room for the things that you can control. So it's not the fact that your life is falling apart. And this is something that I had to learn. And this is something that I'm still learning, right? It's not the fact that our lives fall apart. What it is that our lives are falling together, or you can say that it's falling apart to come together. You feel what I'm saying? And again, this is something that I had to learn myself because, although we are spiritual beings, although we are the kings and the queens and the gods and the goddesses, you have to understand that we're still living and having a human experience. So, of course, we're going to feel certain emotions when certain things happen, and that is okay. The thing about it is you have to allow yourself to feel that. You feel what I'm saying? So allow yourself to feel that and grow through it. Now, again, when it comes to your spiritual journey, and honestly, this is something I have literally come to terms with, is that, when I first started, when I first consciously started this journey, my perspective of it was just love and light, and it was peaceful. It was happiness. When to keep it gangster with you, with me being consciously on this spiritual journey, there has been more dark days than light days. I'm going to tell you that for sure. For me, there has been more dark days than light days. And so I guess, I don't know, man. That's just something I had to really just understand. You know what I'm saying? I really had to understand that. And the reason why it's like that is the reason my perspective is like that, or basically what I've been experiencing, is because, you're unlearning a lot of habits. You're unlearning a lot of ways. You're unlearning a lot of false information, and you're learning the truth. You know what I'm saying? You're learning the truth. It's this thing called, you're putting on the glasses. And once you put the glasses on, you can never take them off. And so once you put the glasses on, you see the world for what it is. And I realized that, man, sometimes I be like, yo, I want to take these shits off, because it's like, man, you literally see the bots, you see the robots, you see the zombie land. Everybody talking about, the zombie apocalypse. We're in the zombie apocalypse. Next time you go to the club and the music stop, look around and see who's still bobbing their head with no music playing. This is it. This is the zombie apocalypse. Everybody talking about the MK Ultra mind. That's been going on for years. How? Because once you start telling the truth to certain people, they reject you. I posted the other day. You try to teach wisdom to a fool, he will despise your words. He would despise you. So even when you try to start speaking truth and start speaking factual information, or just information that resonate with your soul, and people start looking at you crazy. Why? Because we're already in the zombie land. We're already dealing with the MK Ultra mind control. People that can't even, that even if you put it in their face, they still can't see it. Even if you put it in their face, they still can't see it. So because, it may feel like your life is falling apart, what's really going on is that in your realm, in your world, your matrix, the matrix, the matrix system that was set up to program you is crashing. That's what's going on. In your realm, in your world, the matrix that was set up to program you, it is crashing, because now your perspective is broadening. Now that higher self, your higher self, God, whomever you subscribe to, is now channeling through you, so you can see what is really going on. So you can start the journey back to your higher self. So again, it's not the fact that your life is falling apart. It's coming together. And, through the process, that's something that you will have to grow through, because it is definitely a process. It is definitely something that you would definitely have to reason with and get comfortable with. Getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. That is the only way you will grow. And it sounds to me that it sounds to me that you're growing, because what's also happening on your spiritual journey is that, you can't resonate with certain people anymore. You can't resonate, even family members. And it's sad to say. So as people dropping from left to right, sometimes you may feel like you're just alone. Physically, you feel alone. Spiritually, you're not. Physically, you feel alone. You feel by yourself. You don't have anybody to talk to, or you don't know who to talk to, or you don't know who to express yourself to. Welcome to the other side. All things Yvette. Welcome to the other side. Welcome to the other side. My spiritual journey, I've been on it consciously. I've been intentionally on my spiritual journey for almost 8 years now. And I can tell you, I've had way more dark days than light. I said that I've lost way more than I won, but I won the ones that counted. I've lost way more than I won, but I won the ones that counted. Because we understand the power of the 3, 6, and the 9. I'm going to say that one more time. I've lost way more than I won, but I won the ones that counted. So just keep growing. All things Yvette, keep growing. Get a journal. Because my journal has saved me from a lot of my journal has saved me from a lot of dark days, a lot of the dark nights of the souls, the dark night of the soul. Once you go in them trenches, ooh, once you go in them trenches, the dark night of, hey man, listen, listen, man. So I pray all things, Yvette. I pray I answered your question. We only got an hour. I don't want to spend too much on this question, because I can really go in on this question, man. And specifically speaking on my personal experiences with this spiritual journey. But again, I pray I answered your question. Again, what's for you will not miss you. What's truly yours will not leave. Release all the things that you cannot control to make room for the things that you can. All things Yvette, I pray I answered your question. Let me see what other questions we got, man. If you're such a great man, why are you still single? LOL. It's a joke, but a question as well. Hi. If I'm such a great man, why am I single? That's a great question. That is a very great question. How do I get rid of gas? I have been eating more protein and fiber and drinks, 3 liters a day. So when you have gas, you have to understand what gas is, right? So for an example, right? So let me say this, right? So let's say you driving, let's say you driving on in a country, right? And you start coming, yo, what's that smell, right? And you pass a deer, and the dead deer is smelling, it stinks, all of the above, right? You have to understand that what are you smelling? You're smelling matter, right? Which is gas, right? This is gas that you're smelling. Now, the same thing happens like just now, right? I just belched, right? That was gassed, right? What I had stuffed bell peppers today. So when you eat, no matter what you eat, so if you're eating meats, right? What happens inside your intestines is this thing called putrefaction, meaning that it rots, right? Whatever you eat, it rots. You know what I'm saying? However, when you eat in, let's say fruits, or you're combining fruits and vegetables, right? Your body can only break down one thing at a time, and it's going to break down the most simpler things, which is the fruit. So that means now what's happening is that these vegetables are now, it's called fermenting. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on what you're eating, the foods that you're combining. However, gas is not all bad. You feel what I'm saying? Now I would ask, what proteins are you eating? Because I debunked the protein myth. It's not the protein that we need. It's the simple amino acids that we need. That is high in the vegetables. That is high in the fruits. Hence, which is why the silverback gorilla, right? He eats a ton of vegetables, you know what I'm saying? But, look at him. He's big, he's cut, because of the simple amino acids. So I would ask, what protein are you eating? I do not advise doing the protein shakes, the protein powders, no protein bars, none of that, because again, that's nothing but synthetic complex protein. What you need is simple amino acids, right? As far as the fiber, what fiber are you eating? Natural fiber is nothing but fruits and vegetables, right? Drinks, 3 liters a day. What drinks are you drinking? You feel what I'm saying? Are you drinking the protein drinks? I do not advise drinking those, because those, a lot of those protein drinks also have complex sugars inside of it. You know what I mean? So I don't even advise drinking that. So again, those are just different questions to think about. I pray I answered your question. See what other questions y'all got, man. What are you doing after hours? I didn't even put that up there. Let's see. Just wanted to say I love your soul, King. Keep going. I appreciate it. I love you as well. Let's see. So if we don't go cold turkey and we ease into it, should we wait until we fully into it to take the herbs? I don't want to waste them. That is a great question. So this is the thing, right? When you're taking the herbs, I don't advise eating no sugar, no complex meats, no animal products at all, because what you're going to do is you're going to offset the herbs, and in a way you are going to waste the herbs, right? So what I would advise you to do is of course, if you don't want to go cold turkey, of course, ease into it. However, there is also a remedy. So this is the thing, right? I don't advise anybody going cold turkey, like I said before. However, that I did that, you know what I'm saying? Because again, I understand the power of my mind. You feel what I'm saying? So I completely went cold turkey. However, if you're taking in herbs, especially my herbal compounds, I advise in taking I advise taking nothing but natural occurring alkaline spring water and for a lot of fruit juice and fruit diet. Now, if you're going cold turkey and if you feel like super drained or super fatigued, or you feel like you can't even operate, what I would advise you to do is also so you could do 80% fruits, 20% vegetables, right? The reason why I say that is because fruits cleanse the body, vegetables rebuild the body. You know what I'm saying? So and why is that important is because let's say you do go cold turkey and you taking the herbs and you detoxing real fast, right? You can start supplementing in certain vegetables. And what I would advise, just the green juices like the kales, the arugulas, the cilantro juices, right? With the cucumbers and all of that good shit. And what you can do is those vegetables is going to, well, not the cucumbers, but the vegetables are going to slow down that healing modality and the healing process so you can kind of recoup. You know what I mean? So again, there is, you can heal too fast, which is, going cold turkey. You can heal too fast and it can be very detrimental. You know what I mean? Or you could just take it slow, which I would advise, here and there, depending on who I'm dealing with, though. If I'm dealing with like a case of herpes, if I'm dealing with like a case of cyst or fibroids or cancer, we going cold turkey 100% because we gotta start. First off, we gotta slow down the production of the mutating dying cells that are accumulating and attaching themselves by way of the mucosal membrane and the different hormones to make them grow and connect. We got to slow that production down, right? When we slow that production down, now we got to get the lymphatic system up and going. We got to get the kidneys up and going. We got to get the glymphatic system up and going. We got to get the liver processing and eliminated. We got to get a lot of things going. So so yeah, if I'm dealing with anything extreme, we going cold turkey. We have to. And of course, we'll implement the green juices to slow it down a bit because again, we don't want to cause extra harm. You know what I mean? So yeah, I pray I answered your question. Let me see what other questions we got, man. I think we only got like 15 more minutes, y'all. It's been an hour that fast. This is crazy. Do that parasite elimination package get rid of yeast or BV? 100%, right? 100%. You got to think yeast and BV is nothing but worms, parasites, fungus, viral loads. So yes, do the parasite elimination tincture, do the probiotic tea. For those that are dealing with STDs and other viral loads such as, yeast and all of those things and BV, I would most definitely advise, this is just an advisory, right? Getting the Super Removal 1 and 2 and the kidney filtration tea if you want to maximize the detox and the cleanse. Also, when you're on these herbal compounds, fruit juice, fruit diet, stay away from the complex meats, the animal products, the proteins, the sugars, the salts. Fruit juice, and of course you can implement, the spring water, natural spring water. Make sure it is natural. There's no additives to make it alkaline. None of that. Make sure it's natural spring water. I pray I answered your question. Boric acid for the females as well as a lot of other beautiful things. So this is the thing. I do not advise the boric acid, right? I don't advise the boric acid at all because, again, right? What is boric acid, right? I grew up using boric acid to get rid of insects, right? I grew up putting, with boric acid, getting rid of roaches. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't advise using boric acid at all. Yeah, I don't advise doing any of that, right? You got to think about it. It's acid. You know what I'm saying? What you do with fire and fire. So when you're dealing with chemistry, you're dealing with two types of sides of chemistry, right? You're dealing with alkaline and you're dealing with acid, right? Alkaline, it cools. Acid, it burns. So if you're burning, right? If you're burning and you put something else to burn on top of that, you're just creating a higher fire. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't advise using boric acid. Of course, I know the doctors and, you know, the natural remedies or whatever. I don't advise doing any of that. Boric acid that's the most craziest thing to me. You know what I'm saying? To be honest. You feel me? That is the most craziest thing that I've ever heard, when you can create different salves. You can melt some cocoa. You can melt some coconut oil and mix it with some spring water and get a syringe and stick it up your coochie and squirt this shit in there, and it's going to internally cleanse you out. Not only that, you can change your diet. Right? Not only that, you can start eating things that's going to constantly cleanse you. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put boric acid inside our vagina. Come on, man. I don't agree with that. Personally, I don't agree with that. I don't agree. You know what I mean? And I remember because I was talking about how the woman's byproduct of the vagina is acidic, 100%. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I think people kind of like misconstrued what I was saying. However, the fluids that comes out of the vagina is alkaline. It's not acidic. Right? So, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. My perspective and what I've been and what I've been studying, you know what I'm saying, is completely is different. Again, the vagina naturally occurring acidic 100%. However, the fluids and, the mucosa membrane response release is alkaline, right? It's nothing but a mucosa membrane release. You feel what I'm saying? The mucosa membrane is alkaline, right? So yeah. I pray I answered your question about the boric acid. I don't advise, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's see. Let me scroll down. Y'all got a lot of questions tonight, man. I love it. Let me see. What can someone deal? Let me see. What can someone do to heal adrenal fatigue? So if you're dealing with your adrenals, first off, your adrenals are connected to your glandular highway. The master gland to the adrenals and to the glandular highway is your pituitary gland. So what I would advise, and then of course your adrenals is also connected to your kidneys. So what I would advise first off is cleansing the lymphatic system. That's first thing first, because if you're having adrenal fatigue, that means your kidneys are also not filtrating properly, and if your kidneys are not filtrating properly, that means your lymphatic system is also not detoxing correctly as well. So what I would advise you to do is first thing first, cleanse the lymphatic system. Also at the same time, start cleansing and turning on the kidneys, and of course we got to start. I got some herbs as well that'll turn those adrenals back on, cleanse out that glandular highway to get that pituitary back going, moving, and you back, you know what I'm saying, you back going. This is called the endocrine. I don't know why I always want to say the endocrine. The endocrine. This is the part of the endocrine system. So I pray I answered your question. Timer 7 minutes left in the live. Oh, y'all can see the timer? Oh, for sure. I appreciate that, Can't Kill a Quez, for sure. Let me know when it's 2 minutes, bro, so we can end with prayer, man. Y'all know I want to end with prayer before we get up out of here. So yeah, when it comes to the adrenal fatigue, I pray I answered your question. Definitely get right. Come back after the live is over. Y'all want me to come back? Yeah, make sure you cleanse the lymphatic system, getting the kidneys back going. You know what I'm saying? Get the adrenals back on. Cleanse the glandular highway, the endocrine system. You know what I'm saying? Get that right. Let me see. What else we got? What other questions we got? Y'all want me to come back, man? Drop some numbers if y'all want me to come back, man. Drop some numbers. Y'all want me to come on back on in there real quick, man. If I come back, y'all gotta drop. So y'all gotta make sure y'all put the questions back in there. So make sure y'all go back to y'all questions, right, and copy them real quick. So then when we go, but when we come back to the live, when this end, y'all can put the questions back in the question box. Let me see. How do you feel about fish in diets? How do I feel about fish in diets? So again, like I say, y'all, I'm not an extremist. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to eat what you're going to eat, please, you know what I'm saying, do it. However, make sure you give your body the due diligence, which I mean, what I mean by that is giving your body time to eliminate, right? So let's say if you eat fish today, or if you eat what you eat today, at least give your body 4 to 5 days to eliminate. You know what I'm saying? So within the next few days, I see y'all numbers. I got you. I'm coming back. So for the next few days, you're intaking fruits, you're intaking berries and seeded grapes and watermelon, so the body can eliminate, you know what I'm saying, whatever you just put inside of it. Now, as far as the seafood, I don't advise, eating or being on like the pescatarian thing. And the reason why is because a lot of these seafoods are very high in parasites, very high in worms. You can easily put it under a microscope and you can see the parasites and the worms moving around. You can definitely see the eggs because again, the parasites lay between 3,000 to 4,000 eggs every few days. Right. So if you and all of this is in the seafood, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, the seafood is high in mercury. It's a high mercury count. I remember seeing a case a few days ago of this individual that was on a pescatarian diet, but because it was high in mercury, she is different neurotransmitters within her brain started deteriorating, a lot of calcium, and you know what I'm saying, her bones started to become frail, because it was high in mercury, you know what I mean? And mercury is a metal, you feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't advise doing that. But again, I'm not an extremist. You feel what I'm saying? If y'all gonna eat it. But please do your body the due diligence to eliminate. Now, y'all also know, I'm a push the more natural eater. Like I always say, I just say I'm vegan just to say, you know what I'm saying? I say I'm vegan so y'all can just understand where I stand. However, I like to say that I am a more natural eater. You feel what I'm saying? Because, yeah, man, man, Listen, man, how we expect to enter the temple of God when we can't even take care of the temple that God gave us, And the larger the fish, the higher the mercury. Not even that. The larger the fish, the higher the mercury, the higher the parasites, the higher all of that. And then salmon, I know it's this big salmon trend going on. A lot of people don't even understand that over 80% of the salmon produced today is literally GMO. It has gene splicing cells inside of it. Right? Think about how popular salmon is today. You really think is that much salmon out here? Really? You sure? Nah. I got you. We coming back, y'all. We coming back. Don't even trip. So, a lot of the salmon today has genetically modified gene splicing within it. So over 80% of the salmon that we're eating, yeah, you know what I'm saying, is GMO. You feel me? It's GMO. So look, we got a minute, y'all. We got a minute left. We're gonna come back. I'm gonna answer a few more questions, y'all. I'm gonna answer a few more questions. If y'all did it's a lot of questions in the question box. So if y'all did ask questions, please go ahead and copy so you can paste the questions back in the question box once we get back on. You know what I'm saying? So, same goes for all the meat they mass produce, and there's 100%. The beef and the all, oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's out of the question. You can go on YouTube right now and they'll show you what they doing with the beef. You know what I'm saying? And majority of that beef, we think we chewing on fat. We ain't chewing on fat. That ain't nothing but meat glue by them gluing the old meat with the new meat, dipping it in fresh blood to make it look fresh and just repackaging it. Yeah, we know that. Pfft. What then the cows that they raising, they shooting it up with all kind of, you know what I'm saying? Oh, 100%, and the vegan meats, of course. Come on. Just because you're vegan doesn't mean that you're healthy. Of course. What's popping, Brat? The one? What's popping? 5 seconds, y'all. We come back on.